In today's video, we'll be reviewing the Bose Quiet Comfort 45. That is right, I got this headset here today recently because I actually have a long business I've been working on, and when I mow, of course, I love to have a good headphone so I can carry it out, so all the mowing sounds and stuff. So the question I want to answer here today, will this replace my main go-to headset, and will it have better comfort, and will it sound better as well? Because if you guys do not know, I actually own a lot of headsets from Sennheiser 45. This is like a $100 headset, which is very nice sound quality. However, the comfort from this is not my favorite. It's leather. And we got ourselves, of course, the Bose Quiet Comfort 15. This is an older headset. You can tell just because of the wire alone, but you can also tell just because of the wear and tear, because this is my main go-to headset for editing and of course for gaming. And I've replaced the headphone comforts on these like 3 times now, and they sound amazing. They're absolutely so good. Like, this is my favorite headset just because of how comfortable it is, and the sound quality is just like peak. Then I also have a very expensive headset, the SteelSeries Arctic Pro Wireless. This is like a $350 headset, but the only problem I have with this headset here, it's not that comfortable, but it sounds amazing. So the question I want to answer here today, will this $350 headset be outperformed by this $320 headset? It's like $320 or something like that. So I'm very curious to figure that out today. So of course, that's the specs and everything you need to know about it. But for right now though, let's get to the big part, which is the unboxing, then the actual, like, will it actually sound good and be comfortable? Okay, time for the unboxing bit. So this box doesn't really have much going on for it. You can see like the top area, back area, strap area. And the question I have for it now is, will this come with its own little cover and case and all that jazz? Or will it just be like just the headphones in itself? Because sometimes when you buy really expensive headphones like these, they give you a case to go with it, and you can use this case to use it as travel. So yeah, this is kind of one of those headsets I've seen a lot of people using where they use it in airports and stuff like that, but we're about to find out here. So we do got a case that comes with the headphones, and it's extremely light. Like, yo, like if I could weigh this for you guys, I would, but like I might actually just do that in a bit here because it's so light to the point where I'm not even like trying to lift it, but I can lift it. But my question is now, is the headset already in here because how light it is? Like, yo, is that actually the case? They're not in here. That's a bit concerning. Okay, so I got it all figured out. So what happened was, when we opened this, right, and there was no headphones inside, my actual father came in and took the headphones before I did the review video. So it's like, I was like, no shot, like somebody just, this was like stolen right off like off the Amazon truck. I was about to say, like, that would have been actually insane. But yeah, here are the headphones in itself, and you go see it's kind of like weird. It's kind of supposed to be like black, right? But we got like a navy color, like a navy blue, or maybe that's just how the looks of it under lighting. I could not tell you, but of course you can see the buzzing outside, the actual power switch and stuff like that. They actually turn this on, and then if you push it all the way, it will start sending a Bluetooth signal to your phone. So for example, here as I have my phone, I'm going to push the button upward more, and we should actually start seeing it pop up on our phone. So yeah, here it is. So you can see after pushing it a certain amount, we actually got to connect to our phone right here on our device, under a new device, and of course you can pair it. And with that, device is paired for the Bose headset, and it'll just like ask if you want to allow it, and yeah, new Bose is connected. So that's pretty simple to actually connect the device. I thought it was gonna be a little bit more complicated, but it looks to be super simple. Inside the box, of course, we do get access to a aux cable. So this is a aux male to male, so meaning that you can plug into your headphones and then plug into your phone or do anything you want with it. So you have access to that. Then the other thing that does come with it is a cable, and I presume this is a USB to USB-C cable to charge it, but maybe not. Yeah, so USB-C to USB to actually charge this headset. And so you can actually see right here on the headset at the bottom, I'll zoom in for you guys too, that you can see you can plug it in here. They actually charge this guy, which is pretty nice. Now the actual packaging itself for the actual Bose feels pretty good. It's like nothing insane. It feels like premium quality, but not like super high quality. I like just how light it is. The material just feels really good, and it doesn't feel like they cheaped out on that. Now, of course, you can see the lighting on this one is on, meaning that it's connected to our device. You have a lower the audio, you have a increase audio. Yeah, this button, I'm not entirely sure what this exactly does. I'll check in just a second here. And then we have this right here too. The cushions in themselves are using the same texture as the Comfort 15 looks like. However, since mine are more wear in, you can see it's a little bit more fluffier compared to this one, which is a little bit more thicker. And the cushioning on the inside, you can tell this is right ear, left ear compared to that one, but that one is switch headphones, so you can assume they were the same design. And the good thing about these headphones is that compared to this one, it's like only like you can turn a certain way. These you can turn straight up flat. You can have them like this. You can have them like, what is it? There's a certain way you can have it so it fits in the packaging. And if you're actually wondering how it does do that, you just fold it inward, open your packaging, slap it on in, and there's also a little piece here too that you kind of like use to like pin it in place, and with that you can close it and good to go. So with this headset, they have two different modes. They have an aware mode and quiet mode. So when you push this once, it'll turn on the quiet mode or aware mode, and it'll let you know which one it's on to when you push it. But with the whole aware mode, it makes it so the noise canceling turns off so you can hear everything in the room. But when you push it again and turn it on to the comfort mode, I think it's comfort or not aware, but the other one, it'll make it have noise canceling on. So it's honestly pretty nice if you just kind of want to be able to like turn it off and on to hear if somebody's talking to you, or maybe just like you need to turn it on because you just need to like move or do something on the travel and you don't want to be bothered. So that's pretty cool. I like how simple that is. It's not like super complex where you have like to hold it for like 5 minutes or something like that. Not for 5 minutes, but like for 30 seconds, because some headsets do that. And it's kind of one of those things I just don't like. So if you want to decrease and increase audio, all I have to do is push on the buttons. But the only thing I noticed with this headset, which is kind of concerning, is that when you push minus it's better to push it in multiple times over compared to actually like holding a button. If you try holding the button, for example, here, it takes 2 seconds before it actually starts speeding up, and it isn't really that quick to actually decrease or increase, which is kind of annoying. So it's better to just like kind of spam push it if you actually want to like decrease your audio, which I'm more of a pusher than I am like a holder, so I'm fine with that. But that's kind of something, if you are like really looking for the responsiveness, to just be like, as soon as you hold it down, it starts decreasing or increasing. That's kind of the only problem I noticed. And if you were to push the middle button in, it pauses and unpauses music on Android. And if you actually hold the button, it'll actually trigger the little effect for your phone, which I'm going to disable this because I do not use this in the first place. But if you use this feature at all, you just have to hold to activate it. Okay, so if you want to skip a track, what you actually gotta do is take the middle button in it. Instead of holding it or pushing it just once, you gotta double click it. And once you double click it, it'll skip a track. So that's kind of an interesting way of doing it. And if you were to click it 3 times at once, it'll actually go back a track, which honestly, this method is a little bit more cheeky to actually go forward or back a track compared to like some other headsets I've used, like the Sennheiser I've had over here, like are way easier. All you have to do is literally take the switch that's on the back here and actually push it down or up depending on which direction you want to go. If you go down, it'll actually skip. But go back, it'll actually go back a track. So like this one's much more simpler compared to this one. So I don't know, it's just one of those little things that honestly they could have made different, but at the same time, like it's not the worst thing in the world. What they could have honestly done though is like if you click maybe the middle button and plus the plus button, skip, and that'd be the same thing with the actual middle button plus the minus button and go back a track. But it doesn't actually do that, so you have to click it like 2 times to go forward, 3 times to go back. I don't know, I feel like they could have done that a little bit different with this headset, but that's just a me thing at least. Okay, so I just did some testing on this headset, so you can connect it to new devices like your phone and your PC at the exact same time. And the only thing with it is I was noticing is when you're actually like transferring from devices, let's say if I want to listen to music from my phone right here, it like takes a second for the start picking up the audio. Then if I was actually listening to something on my PC, for example here, it'd be the same kind of deal, like it works right, but it's not like super responsive. Like yeah, it takes like maybe like 1 or 2 seconds depending like your situation. If you do it really fast, it might just like be weird, but it's not like terrible. It's actually like just like a few microseconds off from being like instantaneous from actually being connected. Now I was also noticing something weird too, like sometimes if I like listen to something on my computer and sending it back to my phone, I was testing back and forth, it doesn't instantly connect from my Android. I'm not entirely sure. I was actually seeing somebody else mention this in their video. So like if you're using like an Android, it's kind of a weird bug and I'm not entirely sure why it happens, but it's something like keep in consideration. But it's not like it's gonna like disconnect for like a whole like minute or two. It's gonna disconnect for like a second or 3 and then connect back. So yeah, the sound quality on this is what we're gonna get into next. Let's check that out. So next thing we're gonna do is a sound test, and what we're gonna do is pretty straightforward. I'm gonna have some audio from the phone go to the headset, and it's gonna go to this mic here, and so we're just gonna turn this up like so. Now if we were to do a test where we just max it out, Okay, so I just listened to that back and honestly sounded pretty good. Now keep in mind, there's not always a perfect way to kind of like measure the quality of audio while wearing a headset. The best way to actually do that for yourself is to actually just like wear it and enjoy it. But for me, testing that audio back, kind of just listening to that when at 50%, it sounded really good. Really, like the beat was really nice, like for the pop and kick and drop. But the actual like max out audio was like, you could definitely tell it was high quality. Like it felt good. It felt really good. So what I'm gonna do now is the comfort test. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come back in a day's worth of time, listen to this headset the rest of today, and then decide if the comfort is good, and then get a kind of like a final rating on my like the whole, does it actually sound good as well. But I'm curious, what do you guys think of the sound so far? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys in just a bit. Okay, it's been a whole day since we've been using the Bose Quiet Comfort 45s. If you guys do not know what I did with them yesterday, I spent like 4 or 5 hours gaming on my Twitch playing Overwatch. Did some Apex here and there too. But the comfort from this headset during my whole gaming session was like really good. Like I really never took it off, to be honest with you guys, in the whole session. And I also went to get some food with it and just wore it on the way to get some Potbelly. Pretty comfort. Didn't really have any problems there. So the comfort of this headset is definitely there in all things, and I really had no problems with it. It was very similar to that of my headset I already used, which is the, of course, Bose Quiet Comfort 15. It had the same kind of comfort level, which if you're somebody who uses this still or uses the Bose 35 and you like the comfort to it, then you're 100% gonna like this one. My problem with this headset, it has the same quality of audio on the Bose. The problem with this is I'm not a huge fan of the texture of the SteelSeries nor the Sennheiser. But the good thing about that though, about the, what is it, SteelSeries, is actually the mixer that comes with this headset. So this headset's, what's it, like $350, right? But it comes with a mixer which you can use the audio with and complex stuff with it. And like the features on this are definitely like way better than this. And if you're a fan of SteelSeries already, then just get SteelSeries because it's just good for overall gaming and stuff like that. And the comfort's pretty good if you like that stuff. But my only issue with these, of course, was the actual comfort of this. Now, I can definitely say this one's better because I can use this while gaming, streaming, and then mix my audios on it still without having to use the mixer on this one. Now, I still use the mixer on this for certain things, but very situational. But I really had no issues with it. Now, my only problem I had with this mic, not the headset, but also the mic, was when I tried to connect it to Discord. The audio on it wasn't particularly the best. Now, when I was taking calls on my phone with people, it was working fine. And I actually noticed something cool when it actually takes calls. So let's say, for example, here, your phone is connected and your PC is connected, which the Sennheiser can do. The better thing about this one I noticed was when I was taking a call, what would happen is I pick up the call. The mic uses this mic and then sends the audio to my face. Now, usually when that happens, it cuts out the audio from your PC, right? It doesn't actually do that. What it did, it was actually saying, here, I'm gonna put the audio for your phone at 90% and your computer audio at 10%. So literally, you could be mid-game, pick up a call, just use your mic and mute your Discord, and you'll be good to go. Like, that was like one of those little things that you gotta really appreciate when it comes to flexibility and multitasking with a headset. And that was something I could do with this, but just not with this. And honestly, it was super good. It was super good. Now, the mic on it was only really good for like taking calls, but honestly, I'm fine with that. That's the good thing about this. I'm not gonna probably use this to really take too many business calls on in the first place, unless you are someone who takes casual calls, like with family and friends. Then yeah, that'll be good. For business calls though, you can use it. However, I wouldn't really recommend it unless you're like, oh, fine, and you're not too crazy about like having the highest quality mic for your like conversations. Then this will be perfectly good. Now, of course, I only had like one real problem with this headset during my session. It was it didn't recognize my phone for a few seconds when I was actually connecting it sometimes, but it was literally only happened once in the day. And also when I was doing my recording earlier yesterday for actually the testing and stuff like that. But it definitely is one of those things that was like, it's kind of really random, but it doesn't like disconnect entirely. It just kind of doesn't connect for like 3 seconds and then it disconnects, and then it doesn't have that problem again once in a while. So I'm not entirely sure what happened. I assume it's just a bug. Now, the build quality of this thing isn't as crazy compared to like this one. This one feels a lot more premium, but honestly, I'm not really too concerned because I don't really do anything like drop my headsets too often. But if you're somebody who drops a headset and you don't feel too confident about taking this out, then I wouldn't recommend it. But if you feel like you're gonna travel a lot, then travel headset, absolutely. Now the question is the Bose Quiet Comfort 45 worth it or not? I would say if you're willing to spend $320 and looking to get a headset for going to travel, just for comfort, maybe just for like mowing, or maybe something for some daily activities without having like to do anything too insane, then yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of people that actually pick up this headset just for like going on planes and stuff like that. And I can see why, because the noise cancellation on this is so freaking good. Like, my Bose noise cancellation like was really good already, right? But this just does a way better job than my Sennheiser's. Not my Bose. My Sennheiser's had good noise canceling, but this just does better. It's like when you switch the modes, you can literally tell when you hear the hissing from everything around you with the aware mode to the noise canceling mode's like absolutely gone. Like, you can't hear your footsteps while you run. You literally can't sometimes hear like the train going by, which I don't really have many trains, but I heard from people like it doesn't, like trains don't even get picked up. Like, it does a really good job of suppressing sound to like really loud things. And when I was mowing, it did a fantastic job. So hey, yo, the noise cancellation on this is huge. So yeah, but that's my review of the Bose Quiet Comfort 45. If you guys enjoyed this review here today, make sure to smash the like button and get subscribed to some future tech content. And of course, I will have a link to this product down below. If you do use that link, it will support the channel, so always appreciated. Until then, I'll see you guys for another tech video. Tech Grant out.